Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well, let's learn English together. Okie dokie, Sri Lankan blokey. How are you all today? Are you all feeling refreshed? Did you all get enough sleep? Are you all ready for the new prepositions of time that I promised? You are? Well, that's a relief. Phew. Okay then, let's get started. Okay, so the new prepositions of time that we're going to learn today are these: for, ago, before, from, to, from, until, and by. Okay, so let's have a quick look at these new prepositions of time, shall we? Well, first things first, for. We use for when we're talking about length of time, how long something was. We use it for a period of time like this: I lived in the UK for 23 years. Okay, what about the next one? Well, with ago, we're talking about something being in the past, and we're calculating backwards from now. I moved to Budapest 23 years ago. Okay, next, before. This shows us that we're talking about something that happened at an earlier time. Alfredo was at work before 9 a.m. From tells us the start point of a period of time. The museum is open from 10:30 a.m. And to and until are the opposite of from, really. They show us the end point of a period of time. The museum is open from 10:30 a.m. to or until 6 p.m. And the last one, by. This shows us that something happened before a certain time. She promised to be home by 11:30. Okay. So that was a brief introduction to the new prepositions. One thing we should pay attention to is the fact that to and until are normally treated like synonyms. Some people say this: the supermarket in my street is open every day from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. But some people prefer to say this: the supermarket in my street is open every day from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So, if someone says, American scientists worked on the moon from 1972 until 1987, then that's okay. And if someone says, American scientists worked on the moon from 1972 to 1987, then that's also okay. Okay, now that we've talked about using from to or from until, let's start practicing these new prepositions of time, shall we? Right then, let's have a closer look at what these new prepositions of time are all about, shall we? Okay, well, let's start at the start. Let's begin at the beginning. We use for to show how long something lasted. It's very simple to use. All we do is add a period of time, a week, an hour, 200 years, 23 seconds, or anything we want, to for. My grandmother lived for 93 years. Mosquitoes don't live for very long, especially if I can find them. Joe Taylor Mary Benchfield's father, Alfredo's father-in-law, was in a rockabilly band for 10 years when he was younger. Okay, so that's how we use for. We just have to add a period of time after the word for. Simple. George stayed with us for 3 days. Okay, and what about a diagram for from, until, to? Okay, as you wish, here you go. My grandfather was trapped underground in the kingdom of the mole people from January until to September. And this is what a mole person looks like. Okay, what's next? Well, we used until with from just now, didn't we? Yes, that's right. But we can also use until on its own. All we have to do is use until and then add the end of a period of time, like this. They're going on holiday to Mars. They'll be away until 2832. Blimey, that's a long holiday. Okay, and one other thing. Sometimes you hear people say till instead of until. This is just an informal way of saying until, that's all. If we're starting a sentence with this idea, however, until is the better choice. If we start a sentence with till, it sounds silly. Ciao, until we meet again. Right, see you later, Boris Grushenko. Okay, so what's next? Well, the last one that we're going to look at is by. Now, by is also a simple idea. By means that something happened or will happen by a certain point in time. By the time he was 7, Mozart was already a famous electric guitarist. And, in case you don't believe me, I managed to find an old recording of Mozart playing one of his famous songs. Have a listen to this. We can also use the preposition of time by in more everyday sentences too. Like this. You've got to finish the report by Friday. Now, in this sentence, we can hear that Friday is the deadline. Friday is the day when we've got to give the boss the report. Fine. But if we look at the sentence, we can see that if we finish the report on Wednesday or Thursday, then that's okay, as long as we finish it by Friday. You're home early. I thought the job finished at 5 o'clock. We worked very hard and managed to finish the job by 12:30. Okay, so enough examples. Time for us to try and complete the sentences. Are you all ready? Good, because here we go. Pick the correct preposition of time from the box and use it to correctly complete the sentences. Number 1. I'm going to Mogadishu 2 weeks next month. Number 2. Alfredo woke up at 6:30 this morning. Mary woke up at 6:23 this morning. Mary woke up her husband. Number 3. Jet Li was born in 1843. This means that he was born 174 years. Number 4. I live UK 1970-1993. Number 5. I went to the train station to catch the 10 o'clock train. The train was 45 minutes late. I waited 45 minutes. Okay, how did you all get on? Well, Let's check them and see. Okay, number one. What do you all think? Yes, that's right. We can see that the preposition we need in the first sentence is for. We're talking about how long I'm going to be in Mogadishu. We can see the period of time, 2 weeks. So the correct sentence is, I'm going to Mogadishu for 2 weeks next month. Okay, next one, an easy one. We're looking at the fact that one thing happened earlier than another thing. It happened before it. Alfredo woke up at 6:30 this morning. Mary woke up at 6:23 this morning. Mary woke up before her husband. Okay, number 3, Jet Li. The information shows us that we're counting back in time, so it's got to be ago. Jet Li was born in 1843. This means that he was born 174 years ago. Okay, now with number 4, we have to expand the information to make the sentence. So, what do you think? Okay, we know the subject, I. We know the verb, live. And we know where and when we're talking about. UK, 1970, 1993. Okay, we've got the information. Let's turn it into a sentence. I lived in the UK from 1970 until 1993. Okay, next. We've got a period of time again, so it's the same as number 1. I'm talking about how long something lasted or will last. I went to the train station to catch the 10 o'clock train. The train was 45 minutes late. I waited for 45 minutes. Great. Well done, everyone. And, oh look, it's that time again. It's time for us to welcome the fishiest member of staff into the studio. Enid? Are you there? Hello, people! Hello! Hello! Now, it's been a long time since I spoke to you all, but I think I can remember what we were talking about last time. We were talking about sports, weren't we? Well, I checked on the internet about football. I'm still learning how they play, you know. So the referee tosses the coin and whoever calls the right side, heads or tails, well, they get to kick off. They get to start the football match. Now then, both teams, that's 22 people, 11 on one side and 11 on the other side, try to move the ball towards the opposing side's goal. The goal of the game is to put the football into the other side's goal, into the net. That's how you score a goal. It's very confusing for me. It's going to take a lot more for me to understand all the vocabulary. So, I'm off back to the internet. I've got to study this game some more. Toodaloo, pip pip, chitty bye. Poor Enid. I'm not sure that football is a good sport for an eel. Eels don't have legs, do they? Oh well, at least she's learning about football. Okay, folks, that's it for today. Our time is up and we're off to play outside. Have a great day and a fantastic evening. Rest well, and I'll see you all here tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready for some more prepositions. And remember, if you want to check out all of our old lessons, you know where to go, don't you? www.m5tv.hu. Remember that. Have fun. See you later. Bye.